Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse Witch, and today let's have a little chat on all the ways that witchcraft and paganism have positively affected my life. But first, as always, a patron shoutout, where a patron shoutout is due. Thank you really much to Eli Brackett, still hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly, Andrew, Bran, Jenny, Tyler, Thomas, Elf, Maggie, Betty, Misty, Athena, Cameron, Ines, Tiffany, Amy, Rhiannon, Dario, Colette, Soren, Braden, Bethany, Tell, Timothy, Coffee, the honorary gossip squirrel, Bjorn, Scylla, Ash, Lucy, and Giles. And now, let us talk. I want to be quite honest with you. Today is not a good day. Yesterday already was not a good day. The day before was not a good day. I'm kind of feeling pretty burned out right now. I kind of pushed myself through filming a video on the runes. Ooh, it was hard. So I kind of just wanted to film something positive to hopefully get myself back into a more positive mood. Because right now, let me tell you, I'm not in a positive mood. So let's talk about something positive. I feel like I'm always rambling about the negatives on my channel, like things that I wish I knew before I got into witchcraft or paganism, and negative things that no one talks about, whatever. So let's just talk about something positive for once. If I think back about the person that I was before I became a witch and before I became a Norse pagan, I was so different, like incredibly different. Witchcraft and Norse paganism have incredibly positively affected my life. They have changed my life so much. Bless you. My cat just sneezed. So yeah, witchcraft and paganism have extremely positively affected my life. It's actually crazy, the person I was before and the person I am now, and also the goals and desires that I had before and the goals and desires that I have now. They are so different. It's crazy. I wasn't the best person in the world, let's just say it like that. I was pretty bad. And I don't want to pretend that I'm a perfect person now, but I think like the one thing where witchcraft and Norse paganism have affected me extremely positively is just in general the person that I have become now. I'm like so much more self-reflected. I'm so much more patient with other people and considerate towards other people. It's much easier for me now through all the self-reflection that came for me personally with witchcraft and paganism to kind of figure out if when I have negative thoughts, for example, or I want to do something, if it's my ego talking and if it's actually something that will help me or if it's just petty behavior that comes from my ego. I have made such a huge improvement in just like my general personality. I also just have much more patience with myself, and I'm much kinder to myself, and I accept myself more. I accept especially my flaws more, and I accept more when I need a break. I've learned how to even figure out when I need a break. I learned how to figure out when I'm burning out. I kind of learned to listen to my body and to realize what it's trying to tell me in that moment. There are so many things that I didn't accept about myself before I became a witch and a Norse pagan, where nowadays I'm kind of even proud about that. Back then I always thought I have to be this extroverted, life of the party person, and now I just accept that I'm not that person. I accept that I'm a huge introvert, that I need a lot of alone time, that I need also a lot of breaks, that I basically just want to live secluded somewhere in nature, basically being a real life hobbit. I would have never accepted that like 6 years ago maybe. In general, as I already said, my goals and desires have changed so much. Apparently I'm here to help other people. Yes, it's kind of hard to do that when you're an introverted person with social anxiety. But I just hope to do that, for example, through YouTube, giving away all the knowledge and wisdom that I have to kind of take you along with me on my journey and hopefully help someone with that. It seems to work, and I just realized that Like whenever I get a comment saying that I have helped a person, that's like the most rewarding thing ever for me. So I kind of just realized that helping other people, maybe it's even my life's purpose. I don't know. 6 years ago, I would have never thought that. I would have never even wanted to help other people. 6 years ago, I hated people. I can confidently say that 6 years ago, I hated people. And now I just feel like, although sometimes I can't really show it outwardly, I have so much love for people and for most people. There are so many times where I'm on the street just going about my day and I see random people out there and I feel like there's just so much beauty in every person, and I never saw that before. I was such an angry, petty, nihilistic person back then, and suddenly it completely switched. That's just crazy to me that I went from an actual nihilistic atheist that had an extremely just negative outlook on life in general to being a Wiccan within like a month. It's crazy. One thing that's of course also huge is how much connection to nature and in general to everything and everyone around me it has given me. As I already said, I was angry about everything and anything. I hated people and I didn't spend time in nature. If I think about the person that I was maybe 10 years ago, I didn't care about nature. I never went on walks in nature, nothing. And now it's like the most enjoyable thing for me and I actually desperately need it in my life. And back then I didn't care about that. I also have, like that kind of goes hand in hand. I kind of also have so much more gratitude for the little things, like a good cup of tea in the morning, for example, or just my 5 minutes of alone time in the morning where I sit at my altar with a glass of water and just sit there and reflect and spend time with my ancestors and the gods and just sit there and drink water. I love that so much now, but 6 years ago I would have never thought anything good about that. I would have thought, oh well, I'm wasting my time now. And these very, very, very small things, like a walk in nature, have become so important to me, and I have so much gratitude for those small things now. Of course, I'm still struggling with that sometimes, especially when I get stressed or burned out. I tend to not be as grateful towards anything, but usually I'm so grateful for everything that I have. Witchcraft and paganism have led me to this path, to YouTube, to my shop, to doing readings for other people. Yeah, again, to helping other people out and to live my life more creatively. I have been, like, when I think about my teenage years, I've been such a creative person. I loved drawing and I loved singing and I wanted to learn how to play the guitar and how to play the drums and everything. I wanted to do so much creative stuff, and I actually wanted to go into design as a job, but yeah, people told me not to do that because they told me, oh, you can't earn any money with that. So I decided to become a software developer, which is not for me at all. I'm not interested in that at all. I just wish people hadn't talked me into doing something that I didn't want to do as a profession, because now that I'm getting back into working creatively for my craft, for my shop, for example, I do so much creative stuff and it's so fun and I love it so much, and I wish I had never stopped, because I don't know where I would be now if I hadn't stopped back then. But it's such a positive thing that I've gotten back into it now through witchcraft and paganism. It's something that doesn't really have to do anything with it. If you think about it, they don't necessarily go hand in hand, but for me they did so much. Just a simple thing like creating a page in my Book of Shadows, for example, or in my grimoire. It's such a creative process for me. And like the Fridays where I work for my shop usually are like the happiest days in my week, because I just love working creatively. I love creating stuff, making beautiful stuff that other people appreciate and that I appreciate. Like I make stuff and I love it, then I have to give it away, but I can't keep it all. This creative work, I have missed it so much. It gives me so much joy. I am just very, very grateful that I got back into it. And then also, Witchcraft, especially, has given me a community. All the friends that I have now, pretty much, are witches or pagans. If I hadn't gotten into witchcraft or paganism, I wouldn't have met my coven, I wouldn't have met my best friend. That would have never happened. Like my closest friends are all witches. How amazing. It's such a great community. And also my online community. I would have never had all of these great conversations with all of you. I love having conversations with everyone, especially on Discord, because our Discord community is it's just the best. Love goes out to you. I love our little Discord server, and I would have never had that if I hadn't gotten into witchcraft. I'm just so grateful. Witchcraft and paganism have made my life so much better and so much more joyful, and it's just such a positive thing. I'm not the best person with words. I'm more of a feeling person, less of a talking person, which is crazy if you think that I'm making YouTube videos, but I'm not the best with words. But I feel so much gratitude and so much joy for being a witch and being a Norse pagan. I just can't put it into words. If you want to, please always feel free to share all the ways in which witchcraft or paganism have positively affected your life. Tell me in the comments, because I feel like everyone nowadays, especially, can use a little bit more positivity in their lives. So maybe we can lighten up the comment section with a lot of positivity and gratitude. So tell me in the comments, how have witchcraft and Norse paganism or any other type of paganism affected your life positively? I hope this video made sense. Probably wasn't the longest video in the world, but I needed to make a positive video. I needed to make a ramble video, because if I had pushed myself to go through another very research-heavy video today, that wouldn't have happened probably. So I'm very grateful I could just film this video right here. And actually I feel more positive now because of the reflection. So do the same thing. Reflect, and tell me in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And of course, check out my Instagram and TikTok and my shop, and maybe even consider becoming my patron, especially if you want to be in the next patron shoutout in the beginning of the video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!